Good morning to one and all. Today we are going to discuss about introduction to wireless networks, generations of wireless networks. A wireless network is a flexible data communication system. A wireless network is a flexible data communication system which uses wireless media such as radio frequency technology to transmit and receive data over the air, minimizing the need for wired connections. Wireless networks are used to augment rather than replace wired networks and are most commonly used to provide last few stages of connectivity between a mobile user and a wired network. You see the figure on the screen about regarding wireless devices. Some of the internet inherent characteristics of wireless communications. Characteristics of wireless communication system: mobility, reachability, simplicity, maintainability, roaming services, new services. These are the characteristics of wireless communications system. Wireless communication system. Mobility. A wireless communication system allows users to access information beyond their desk and conduct business from anywhere without having a wire connectivity. That is wireless communication. We don't have connectivity between the two devices. That is wireless. A wireless communication system allows users to access information beyond their desk and conduct business from anywhere without a wire connectivity. That is mobility. Reachability. Next one is reachability. Wireless communication systems enable people to stay connected and be reachable regardless of the location they are operating from. Reachability means wireless communication system enable people to stay connected and be reachable. We can connect and the communication is reachable regardless of the location they are operating from. Where we are operating, we don't bother about that. Connection, reachability. Next, simplicity. Wireless communication system are easy and fast to deploy in comparison of cable network. Initial setup cost could be a bit high, but other advantages overcome that high cost. Simplicity. Wireless communication system is very simple. The cost is little bit high comparative to wire communication system. Little bit high where comparison to wire communication system. Next one is maintainability. You don't have to spend too much cost and time to maintain the network setup. Maintainability is very easy because we don't have to maintain the network setup. Roaming services. Using a wireless network system, you can provide service anywhere, anytime. Roaming services means we can move the devices, we can move the system also. In this wireless system, you can provide services anywhere, anytime, including trains, buses, airplanes, etc. Anywhere. We can provide the services to any time. Next one is new services. Wireless communication systems provide various smart services like SMS and MMS. So we can send messages, text messages or multimedia messages also. We can send from one place to another place using wireless communication system. Types of network, wireless networks. Types of wireless networks: WLANs, WPANs, WMANs, WWANs. These are the wireless network types. WLANs, wireless local area networks. Wireless local area networks. These type of networks allow users in a local area, such as university campus or library, to form a network or gain access to the internet. A temporary network can be formed by a small number of users without the need of an access point. Given that they do not need access to network resources. Wireless local area networks are used small places, that means university campus or library or colleges, whereas we can use wireless local area networks. To form a network or access to the internet or gain access to the internet, we can access by using internet. WPANs, wireless personal area networks. The two current technologies for wireless personal area networks are infrared and Bluetooth technologies. Wireless personal area networks. These will allow the connectivity of personal devices within an area of about 30 feet. That means personal area networks, wireless personal area networks range about 30 feet. We can access the data between 30 feet. IR requires a direct line of sight and the range is less. Infrared range is less comparative to Bluetooth. This is about wireless personal area networks. WMANs, wireless metropolitan area networks. This technology allows the connection of multiple networks in a metropolitan area, such as different buildings in a city, which can be an alternative or backup to laying copper or fiber cabling. So in wireless metropolitan area networks, we can connect different buildings in a city. That means compared to the above, the range is high. Wireless man's range is high. That means metropolitan area, which can be an alternative or backup to laying copper or fiber cabling. Next one is WWANs, wireless wide area networks. These types of networks can be maintained over large areas, such as cities or countries, via multiple satellite systems or antenna sites, looked after by an ISP, Internet Service Provider. These types of systems are referred to as second generation systems. So in wireless wide area networks, this range is from cities to countries. We can access the data through satellite systems. Or antennas. These type of networks provided by an internet service providers, ISPs. These type of systems are referred to as second generation systems. Next one is various generations of wireless networks. Zero generation, first generation, second generation. In between second generation and third generation, there are developed 2.5 generation, 2.75 generation. Next one is third generation, fourth generation. Now we are developing fifth generation. So first one is zero generation wireless technology. 0G refers to pre-cell phone mobile telephony technology. Zero generation technology refers to pre-cell phone mobile telephony technology, such as radio telephones that some had in cars before the advent of cell phones. In this zero generation technology is radio telephones. We used radio telephones. This is the pre-cell phone mobile technology. Mobile radio telephone systems preceded modern cellular mobile telephony technology. They were predecessors of the first generation of cellular telephones. These systems are called zero generation systems. In zero generation, we use radio telephones. Next generation is first generation. 1G, analog cellular networks. In 1G, that means first generation wireless technology. More popularly known as cell phones. In first generation technology, we introduced cell phones, a set of wireless standards developed in the 1980s. 1G technology replaced 0G technology, which featured mobile radio telephones and such technologies as mobile telephone systems, advanced mobile telephone system, improved mobile telephone services, and push to talk. In the first generation developed in 1980s, this is replaced 0G technology. In this 1G technology features mobile radio telephones and such technologies as mobile telephone systems, advanced mobile telephone systems, improved mobile telephone services. These are the features available in first generation against zero generation. In these wireless networks used analog radio signals. In this technology, first generation technology used analog radio signals. Through 1G, a voice call gets modulated to a higher frequency of about 150 MHz and up as it is transmitted between radio towers. The data transmitted between radio towers, the higher frequency of about 150 MHz. In this 1G wireless networks, used analog radio signals. This is done using a technique called frequency division multiple access, FDMA. FDMA. Next generation is second generation, that is two digital networks, 2G digital networks. In the 1990s, the second generation mobile phone systems emerged, primarily using the GSM standard. In 2G technology, we use digital networks. This was developed in 1990s. Primarily, initially, GSM standard is used in second generation. 2G network allows for much greater penetration intensity. 2G technologies enable the various mobile phone networks to provide the services such as text messages, picture messages, and MMS. In 2G technology provide services of text messages, picture messages, and multimedia messages also. 2G technology is more efficient comparatively first generation technology. It holds sufficient security for both the sender and the receiver. It provides security to both sender and receiver. All text messages are digitally encrypted in this technology. This digital encryption allows for the transfer of data in such a way that only the intended receiver can receive and read it. This digital encryption allows the transfer of data only the receiver can receive and read it. The benefits of 2G technology, the voice clarity and reduces noise in the line. The benefit is voice clarity and reduces noise. Digital signals are considered environment friendly. Digital signals are considered environment friendly. The use of digital data service assists mobile network operators to introduce short message service over the cellular phones, SMS. We can send messages, SMS, over the cellular phones. Digital encryption has provided secrecy and safety to the data and voice calls. In 2G technology, secrecy and safety to the data we provide. The use of 2G technology requires strong digital signals to help mobile phones work. If there is no network coverage in any specific area, digital signals would be weak. In this technology, in case network coverage in a particular specific area is weak, digital signals also weak. 2.5G using GPRS, General Packet Radio Service. 2.5G using GPRS technology is a cellular wireless technology developed in between its predecessor 2G and its successor 3G. Between 2G and 5G, 2.5 generation is developed. In 2.2G technology, digital networks are used. In 2.5G, GPRS system, General Packet Radio Service systems are used. In this technology, it is a cellular wireless technology developed in between 2G and 3G. GPRS could provide data rates from 56 kbps up to 115 kbps. It provides data rates 56 kbps to 115 kbps. It can be used for services such as wireless application protocol access, web access, multimedia messaging services, MMS services, and for internet communication services such as email and World Wide Web access. So in 2.5G provides MMS, internet communications services such as email and www access. Next, 2.75 technology, edge. Edge means enhanced data rates for GSM evolution. Edge means enhanced data rates for GSM evolution. Edge technology is an extended version of GSM. It is an extended version of GSM. It allows the clear and fast transmission of data and information up to 384 kbps speed. In 2.75, edge technology is used. The transmission of data is up to 384 kbps. 384 kbps. 3G, high-speed IP data networks. High-speed IP data networks. This is the next generation. That means 2.75 after third generation is used. In this, IP data networks used. 2G phones became more widespread and people began to use mobile phones in their daily lives. It became clear that demand for data services was growing. After 2G technology, it is widely used. Mobile phones are widely used. Data services, that means data transmission, is necessary for everyone. If the experience from fixed broadband services was anything to go by, there would also be a demand for ever greater data speeds. The 2G technology was nowhere near up to the job. The requirements are increased. So the next generation was developed. So the industry began to work on the next generation of technology known as 3G. That means 2G is not sufficient for users. So the industry began to work on to develop the next generation. The main technological difference that distinguishes 3G technology from 2G technology is the use of packet switching. Rather than circuit switching for data transmission. Before 3G technology, the data transmission is transmitted by using circuit switching. In 3G technology, they used packet switching technology. The high connection speed of 3G technology enabled a transformation in the industry. For the first time, media streaming of radio and even television content to 3G handsets became possible. In the mid 2000s, an evolution of 3G technology began to be implemented. In the mid 2000s, 3G technology was implemented. High speed downlink packet access, HSDPA. In 3G technology named high speed downlink packet access, HSDPA. It is an enhanced 3G mobile telephony communications protocol in the high-speed packet access family. Also coined 3.5G, that is 3G plus or turbo 3G, which allows networks based on Universal Mobile Telecommunications System UMTS to have higher data transfer speeds and capacity. Current HSDPA developments support downlink speeds of 1.8, 3.6, 7.2 and 14 megabits per second, 14 Mbps. Further speed increases are available with HSPA Plus, which provides speeds of up to 42 Mbps downlink and 84 Mbps with release 9 of the 3GPP standards. That means first generation to third generation, the transmission of data speed highly increased. That means 84 Mbps data transmission is in 3G technology, 3G plus technology. So next one is fourth generation. Fourth generation, growth of mobile broadband. Growth of mobile broadband. The industry began looking to data optimized fourth generation technologies with the promise of speed improvements up to 10-fold over existing 3G technologies. Over 3G technologies. It is basically the extension in the 3G technology with more bandwidth and services offers in the 3G. The expectation for the 4G technology is basically the high quality audio video streaming over end-to-end internet protocol. Why the 4G technology is invented? That means 3G technology also not sufficient for the users. The transmission of data, the speed of transmission of data. So the 4G technology was developed. The streaming of audio and videos. The streaming of audio and videos. The first two commercially available technologies built as 4G were the WiMAX standard, and the LTE standard, first offered in Scandinavia by Telia Sonera. One of the main ways in which 4G differed technology from 3G was in its elimination of circuit switching. Instead employing an all IP network. 4G used in a treatment of voice calls just like any other type of streaming audio media. Utilizing packet switching in 4G technology, they used packet switching over internet, LAN or WAN networks via VoIP. Just see on the screen 4 cell phone generations comparison. In 1G standards AMPS, TACS. Technology used is analog technology. In first generation there is no SMS facility. Voice switching is by using circuit. Data switching also circuit switching. In second generation standards are GSM, CDMA, Edge, GPRS. In this second generation technology we used digital technology. SMS facility is available. Both voice and data switching we use circuit switching. So data rate speed is 236.8 kbps. In 3G technology, UTMS, CDMA 2000, HSS, HSPDA, EVDO standards are used. Digital technology is used. SMS facility is there. For voice switching, circuit switching is used. In data switching, packet. By using packets, switching we used. 384 kbps data rates. In fourth generation technology, LTE advanced, IEEE 802.16, that is WiMAX standards are used. Now we are in 4G technology. Technology is digital technology. SMS facility is there. Both voice and data are transmitted by using packet switching up to 1 Gbps. Data rate speed is up to 1 Gbps, gigabits per second. In first generation 1G, voice signals only, analog cellular phones. Second generation, voice and data signals, digital fidelity cellular phones, GSM, CDMA, TDMA. In 2.5G, enhanced 2G, higher data rates, GPRS, Edge. In 3G technology, voice, data and video signals can transmit voice, data and video signals. Video telephony, internet surfing is also available. 3G, WCDMA, UMTS. In 4G, enhanced 3G, interoperability protocols are used, high speed and IP based. 4G and mobile IPs are used. These are about various generations of wireless networks. In this topic, we learn about the characteristics of wireless networks, types of wireless networks, generations of wireless networks. In this topic, the assignment questions are: explain the characteristics of wireless networks, explain the types of wireless networks, explain the generations of wireless networks. Thank you.